Hi, you guys. Welcome to my March update for my makeup rehab series. I started this series because I overspent last year and I had to rein myself in. So if you want to see how I did this month, then stick around. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Andi, and I'm really happy that you're here. All of my rules that I have put upon myself are always in the description box below. Go check those out so that I don't have to repeat them every time because there are 10 of them. I did tweak them a little bit to make them a little bit more understandable because after reading them, I'm like, well, that really doesn't make any sense. So go figure. So I did add some rules for myself and things like that. So let's get started. We ended last month with 6 credits. So I do have a couple of empties. I do have quite a few declutters. And I'll explain those as I go through them. And then I have a couple of purchases. So let's start with the empties. I did finish the Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer. This is in the shade Light Honey. And as you can see, hopefully you can see, this was in my deck of panning. It is gone. The stopper is out. It is gone. And I really liked this, actually. I really liked this, and I would definitely repurchase. My under eyes are very dry, and they did not crease terribly. I always have some creasing, always. But it didn't look dry, it didn't look cakey, it didn't look cracked, you know. And then the other thing was this Beauty Crop Vitamin Bake setting spray. I am counting setting sprays because if I buy a setting spray, I'm going to count it. This has just the tiniest little bit in the bottom, but I can't get it out. So it's done. I'm going to call it done. Okay, now, so those are 2 empties, so that makes, that gives me 8 credits total, 8 credits. This is a unique Mood Struck Esteem Lash Serum. This is a declutter. I've had this for years, and I don't really want to put it on my eyes. I actually, I used a lot of it. I did like it when I used it, but then it's just been sitting in my little tray over here. So I am decluttering that. In my Project 3 uses, I had 4 products that did not make the cut. They were on the chopping block. They did not make the cut. They are out of here. And so I am decluttering those 4 things. And this is the Keys blush. It is a it is a cream blush. And it's very gummy. I did not enjoy using it at all. I'm not going to use something that I don't like. And that goes for anything that I declutter. I'm not going to declutter things just to declutter them. If I declutter them, it's because I don't care for them. They didn't work well for me personally. So the next thing that was in my Project 3 uses is the Chromazone She Glam Chromazone Highlighter. This is what it looks like. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't like it. Like, it's just okay. I used it 3 times. It's nothing special. I have highlighters that I like way better, but I didn't care for it, so it's going. The other 2 things that were in my Project 3 uses that are now being decluttered, the On a Whimsy palette. I did not like this palette. I thought that it was very lackluster. It is not pigmented at all. I did take, oh, that's black. I did take these 3 shimmers out and put them in a Z palette. Like I said, I was probably going to, but these are not pigmented. They're patchy, like the dark shade right here, very patchy, not enjoyable. And I just made a mess because this shade right here, that shade right there is the Super Shock formula. And while I like that shade okay, it fell out as soon as I got it. As soon as I opened it, when I first got it, that shade fell out. I did repress it in there. I've not used it since, so no. And then the last thing that was in my Project 3 uses that I am decluttering is the Natasha Denona Ayana palette. The formula on this is beautiful. It really is. I don't care for the color story. I did just pop these two shimmers out and put those in a Z palette. The rest of it, yeah, the rest of it is going away. It's going away. So after those, I have 13 credits, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have 13 credits because that was 7 going back onto my beauty bank. So I now have 13 credits. I have a few more declutters, you guys. Now these I don't actually have with me because I gave them away. I gave them to my best friend, Dina. She had a performance. We have something in Columbus. It's called the Arnold Classic. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was a bodybuilder before he was an actor. And it is called the Arnold Classic. So it's a fitness symposium. And she was performing. So her costume outfit, whatever, was very fiery, gold, copper, red type things. So I gave her some things that she didn't have. I don't need them. I wasn't using them. So I gave them to her. And I gave her, and I do have pictures here. The Marc Jacobs Shiny Dip Liquid Shadow. It's a gold shade. The Revolution and Doja Cat highlighter. It was too dark for me anyway. It was more of a bronzy coppery color. So I gave her that. I gave her the Catrice Rainforest Haze and the Sandy Days palette. I really haven't had them that long, maybe, I don't know, 6-8 months. I used the Rainforest Haze in a palette collection bingo. And it wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. The formula was really nice, but the color story, it didn't have like midtones. It didn't have what I like for a complete look. So I gave her the Rainforest Haze and the Sandy Days. Those both have beautiful golds in them. So I gave her those things. And then I gave her my 2 Juvia's Place foundations because I don't like them. They're super matte. I don't like a matte finish. They were too light for me anyway. She does love a super matte finish. And I think that they will work for her way better than they will work for me. So I gave her the Cebu, I don't know how to pronounce it, and the Capri. So that is 6 more things that I am decluttering. So that makes 19 credits. And then I just have 2 more things that I am in the process of decluttering. And these are going to a friend. I reached out and asked if they would like them because they're things that they like. And it is the Moira Celestial Love palette. This was in my Shop My Stash. I have used it twice. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. And there's nothing wrong with it. I just didn't care for it myself, for me. I was really happy to have it. It came in my Slay Glam box. It was like the only thing that I really like from my Slay Glam box. And then the other thing is this Kokie Cosmetics blush. This person really likes these blushes. And this is just a little bit too warm for me. I don't enjoy wearing it. I think it's beautiful. I don't enjoy wearing it. So after I asked about the palette, I asked this person if they would like the blush as well. And she said, yeah. So I'm sending her those. Now, that makes 21 credits in my beauty bank. 2 more things that are coming out of my collection. I just remembered them as I was finishing up those. I had 2 more things in my Shop My Stash that I have used. I do not like them. I am not keeping them. And the first one is this Lauren Conrad lipstick. And I passed this over from my Shop My Stash a couple of times, January and February. I picked it up and I put it back down. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put that in my Project 3 uses. But I didn't because I used it once and I hate it. For some reason, that shade on me looks absolutely terrible. It looked so bad. I worked to work one day. If I think of it, I'll put a picture of it right here. It was terrible. It was terrible. So I'm decluttering it because, again, I'm not using makeup that I don't like. I refuse to use makeup that I don't like. The other thing that I am decluttering is this liquid lipstick. This also came in my Slay Glam bag. I thought I would really like the shade, but as you can see, they're very similar shades, and they both look terrible with my skin tone. They look like this orangey, weird, you guys, I don't know. I didn't like them. So those are also getting decluttered. So that gives me 23 credits in my beauty bank. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm pretty excited. Now, I am taking some away. Giveth and taketh away. Because I did buy a couple of things. Now, I did have an Ulta haul, which you may or may not have seen already, but those were bought with a gift card, so those don't count. I will put, if it is already aired, I will put it in the cards up there, so you can go see that. Because I really like the stuff I got. But I did buy a couple of things that came out of my pocket. And I bought a couple of things from Beauty Bay. I did buy a gift for someone else, so that doesn't count either. But for myself, I bought the Beauty Bay Neutral palette. You guys, this is so pretty. And if you know me, you know that this is my jam all day long. Isn't that beautiful? I thought it was really pretty. If you're into cool neutrals, it's gorgeous. You guys, I saw this and I'm like, I don't know. Do I really need that? Well, no, of course I don't need it. Do I want it? Yeah. These are 3 of the shimmers. They're so pretty. It's this one, and this one is what I swatched. So pretty. I am so happy to have this. And you guys, this was like $13. I want to say it was like $13. I'll put the price on here. If it wasn't $13, I'll put the price down here. And then I was watching Make Me Up Missa. Oh, it's been a minute, you guys. Well, I think I had ordered them before my last makeup rehab, but I hadn't received them, so it didn't count against my ridiculousness there. But I saw her using the Retro Love palette, and this is a limited edition palette. And I kind of hem-hauled around about it, and then I'm like, you know what? No, it's $17. I'm going to order it because I did not order the Book of Magic when it came out, and now it's gone. And I'll never have that palette, and that palette is stunning. I don't like it when they do limited editions. But anyway, look at this, you guys. Look how pretty that is. It is so pretty. I had this thing about Beauty Bay. I used a palette I didn't like. And then Ash sent me a palette of theirs. And I did like it. I did like the one I tried. But then in a mystery box, a Beauty Bay mystery box, I had gotten the Jade palette. And I put it in my Project 3 uses because I had had it for months and not used it. I'm like, why am I not using this? And I fell in love, you guys. I fell in love with their formula. So I bought this, and she is beautiful. She's beautiful, you guys. I do have an upcoming collab with Ash using this palette. I'm going to do a couple swatches for you. Here are the swatches, and that is this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade is what I swatched. They're so pretty. They're so flippin' pretty. So I'm excited, you guys. I'm really excited to have that palette. And it's almost springtime, which would be perfect. It'll be a perfect spring palette. So those 2 palettes will take 2 credits from my beauty bank, which leaves me with 21. And you know what, you guys? That's pretty dang good. That is pretty good for me. I'm very proud of myself. Yeah, a lot of those came from declutters, but those are things that have now left my collection that I don't have to look at anymore, that I don't like, or empties, or, things that I was happy to gift to other people because they will like it more than and I would much rather give it to someone, give something to someone that is going to like it better than I. So 21 credits. I think that's great. You guys, let me know in the comments below if you are doing a makeup rehab series and how you're doing. I'd really like to know, and I want to celebrate with you or commiserate with you because it's hard, you guys. It's hard. I have been on so many websites lately, and I'm like, why are you even doing this? I get bored at work sometimes, and I get on websites. I get on like Moira, and I get on ColourPop, and I just was on ColourPop the other day, and I have this whole wish list of things that I probably won't buy. But I did clean up my wish list because it had some stuff that was out of stock. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy to edit yourself when you're such a makeup addict. It's really hard. It really is. So I'm really proud of myself for only buying the 2 palettes this time. And we'll see what next month brings. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.